YouTube? It's your boy, Roman.
And it's your girl, Queen B.
And we are back with another video. And today, guys, we're going to do it a little different. We're going to have a little story time.
Yeah. And our very first story time. Yeah, chit and chat with us. Chit chat. Or story time. Whatever.
So maybe it will inspire you guys. Maybe it will motivate you guys. I'm not sure, but we're just going to share our journey from us to you. It inspired us personally as we look back on ourselves. We got through a lot of dark days, and we want to share it with you guys and be honest about how it felt when we went through it.
Yeah, the experiences we went through. We got a lot of positive, great feedback on the video. Why did we move to Texas? So if you haven't seen that video already, please stop right now. Stop and go check that video out and come back and look at this video. But yeah, this video will be basically just telling you guys, like Roman stated before, our journey when we left Mississippi and we came here, and like, yeah, like, cause you guys see like the aftermath of like, we've been here for years, but we want to tell you guys and share with you guys everything that we endure.
Yeah, how do we adjust when we really first moved to Texas? And as you guys know, if you did watch that video, we moved here out on faith. We didn't have calculated plans. We didn't have savings.
Like a blueprint.
You know, none of that. We just moved out on faith, you know.
Yep.
So we're going to share with you guys what happened.
So if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and do not forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, share this video, please. Drop suggestions, topics in the comment section if you would like for us to do more story times or more motivational things to kind of like, you know, share with you guys. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video.
You was looking good, baby.
I was wondering, I paused. You made me lose my train of thought.
Hey girl, you looking all good today.
Thank you.
Where you about to go?
Baby.
Alright guys, let's get into it.
Alright.
So last thing you heard on the other video is that we moved to Texas out on faith. And as you know, I mentioned that I was a Craigslist king. So what does that mean? Long story short, I was looking for job after job on Craigslist. I was looking for anything I could I was looking for anything I could get my hands on Craigslist. But in the beginning, when we first moved, it was just us. We had a Chevy Tahoe 2005. It was a gold Chevy Tahoe.
A big body.
Yeah, big body. We had all our stuff smushed in. So the way it happened, guys, before we moved, we was only just scraping by money. You know, I was selling candy apples. Me and my brother at the time, he was actually with us, and we were selling candy apples together. So, you know, we were selling candy apples at my middle school, Northwest. I was in the band there, so I went there. You know, we sold a few, so we went back the next day because so many kids bought candy apples that day. So one day I got this text message because we were already going to go to Texas anyway. We were going to move to Texas, but we were trying to figure out exactly how long it was going to take, and you know, all of that. So I got a text message, and we're not going to use real names in this, guys. We're going to use fake names for the people we was dealing with. But long story short, we had friends that we thought were friends. So I got a text message from Jack. We're gonna use Jack and Jill.
Jack and Jill.
Yeah, I got a text message from Jack.
Oh, Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Because at the time, guys, we had 4 vehicles. We had a Chevy Tahoe. We had a Ford Ranger, a black Ford Ranger, little pickup. We had a Saturn.
My Saturn, which was my first car, I still had.
And we had a Chevy Cobalt. So, you know, I guess what happened is first we visited Jack and Jill because this was when we visited, what month was it? July? And this year we're talking about, guys, is 2015. Was it July?
It was like, yeah, I think it was July because we moved in August. So it had to be like July, the end of July.
Yeah. Okay, so we visited them. And I guess through conversation, we just kind of told him, well, I'm not sure how he found out that we had cars that we didn't use. So something brought him to asking me if he could use my pickup truck in order to commute back and forth to work because his vehicle had broke down on him. And since they knew we were going to move to Texas anyway, he figured, hey, you know, maybe I can use the truck. You got to get all the vehicles here. So Jack ended up riding the Greyhound. Yeah, the Greyhound to Jackson. And I said, yeah, sure, man. You know, you can use it, blah, blah, blah. Only thing I need you to do is maybe help me move, because I didn't know if I was going to move then or what, but they gave us the idea. They were just like, you know, since he need to use the truck, you guys just move.
Just move right in and there. Because actually we were planning to move, because we was already like packing up everything anyway. But when he asked could he use the truck, we was just like, well, we can just all go back together and trail each other, because we wasn't in the first place going to even take, because it was your truck, your pickup truck. Because he bought it back in whatever year that was, but it was your pickup truck, and we was actually going to leave it in Mississippi for a while and get it, you know, sent to us at a later time. But since he reached out and asked could he use the truck, we was just like, well, why not? It was kind of like literally a rush at the same time.
Yeah.
And we learned a lot from that time period to now on, literally sticking to what you feel like is right for you, because we was moving, I think 2 to 3 weeks prior to that day. But when he came and asked could he use the truck, we just kind of like rushed.
Yeah, because when we visited Dallas first, for the first time, we called this landlord for a, what was it, like a townhome. Yeah, we called the landlord. It was going to be in the prime part of Dallas, like in the middle. I'm not even sure exactly where, because the city was new to us.
Yeah.
So we were already going to move there, and I had planned to work at a high school. Work at the high school, kind of like helping out band wise or whatever. But none of that happened, guys. Like, we moved on impulse. He asked to use the truck. I just said, okay. They kind of comforted us, saying, you know, maybe you guys could just stay with us for a little while till you get on your feet. So we still tried to do what we needed to do on our own. And it ended up where we still went and stayed with them. So by this time, they were in Fort Worth. And when we first arrived to Texas, our truck broke down.
Man, literally, y'all. Like, we got to, when it says welcome to Texas, y'all, I promise you, the truck was running good. We had no previous problems in Jackson, none of that. We literally got to the state line, y'all. It's like God pushed us to Texas. We got to the state line and said welcome to Texas. The truck started like smoking and kind of like acting kind of crazy a little bit. It was crazy.
And we had all our stuff and both, because we didn't have the little baby. We just had twins, and I think they were about 1, almost 2. So I was terrified. You know, at the time I was age 23. Yeah, I was 23. So I was pretty terrified. You know, I didn't know exactly what was going on with the truck. It had never happened like that.
And it was dark, y'all.
Yeah.
It was dark. That's another thing. Like, we moved, and now that we're in Texas, and when we do travel back to Mississippi, we always leave early in the morning. Like, we never leave at nighttime, because you can't see, and you never know what'll happen.
Right.
So that was a lesson that we took for the books too. But we left late. It was very, very, very late. And yeah, the truck ended up breaking down. We had to pull over because we was kind of tired anyway from moving that day and on the road driving.
Yeah, because everything, like I said, was impulse. So Jack rode the Greyhound to Jackson. He rode the overnight Greyhound. He arrived that morning. I started moving stuff immediately. You know, we had to throw stuff out. We had to return items that wasn't ours. You know, I gave a few things that my cousins had left and stuff like that. And we were just kind of pushing it. So we was overwhelmed all day, get up to that point and the truck break down. And we had, I think at the time, I want to say I had $200. I'm not sure exactly how much money I had, but I remember having to spend $50 for one night at Studio 6, because we was in Lauderdale, some weird city when you first get into Texas, and I ended up seeing it on the side. We pulled over there. I was putting water in the truck. We spent $50 on that, and then I talked to him. He got back to Fort Worth within that hours or two, and he was pretty good. So he checked on us. Everything was all good. So the next morning, I remember me waking up early, because in my head I was making money from candy apples. I was just selling candy apples right before I left, and when you get that cash, it gets addictive, you know. Yeah. And I was using it for Pampers, wipes, food, gas, everything you can think of that I had to pay for. So I went to Walmart. I invested. Now I'm risking, guys, because I need to make more money. So I went to Walmart and I bought one of those hot plates because we didn't have a stove. Yep. But I had all my materials. I had my pot, everything, my candy thermometer and all that. So I bought the hot plate. I ended up buying sticks, food coloring, just everything I needed, and I made candy apples. By the time Brittany woke up, she just woke up. Like, I smell candy apples.
Like, it brought me back to where we was in Jackson, because that's what we literally, our kitchen was like a operation house, like an operation room. I mean, like, we had the table here with all the stuff laid out with the candy pixels, the candy sticks, the pot on the stove. We had the sticks, the little plucks,
the sugar,
the
syrup,
everything. We had it literally laid out, and it brought back a sense of, like, a familiar smell.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my God, like, you really got this lit. He had woke up early and did it after.
I mean, I wasn't playing, guys. We moved on faith. I just knew. I was 23. I had my family depended on me, so I'm about to push it. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't have everything, but I didn't let that stop me from just moving forward on faith, because we didn't want Mississippi to swallow us up. So, you know, we were just like, forget it. By the time we got to Dallas, man, we made it there, first of all. You know, we were putting along, and we got there. We got to the point where we kept putting water in the truck every so often. Maybe every 30 or 40 minutes we was putting water in the truck. And I'll have to go to like a gas station, and I'll take all my containers and fill it up with water. And that's the game we was playing.
Right.
But nothing worked out. I didn't get the job in time. Like, they was giving me a start date, like that was gonna be way further than I needed it. We couldn't contact the landlord. And we didn't even really have money to put down anyway. They kind of went with each other.
Yeah, it kind of made sense a little bit after we thought about it. Because when we reached out to the landlord before moving, they answered. We had everything pretty much lined up. The job was lined up. When we got to Texas, everything just kind of crashed, came just tumbling down. Yeah. And everything kind of like made sense now when I look back on everything, how everything worked. It's like we was tested at the time. Like, do you really want to do this? But we could have literally left and went back. We could have went back. We still had time to be like, okay, we're going back to Jackson. We'll just try this again. We was like, no. We was like, we're not coming back. I didn't tell, like, my family. He didn't tell his family. We literally act like everything was all good.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it's just like everything was all good.
Yeah. So, after that, where we at now?
Okay, so at this time, it's time for me to hustle again, guys. So and I know a lot of people have probably dealt with impulse, you know, when you really need something. So I was contacting this person who was supposed to set me up in like this MLM company, I guess. And we were supposed to get for like we were supposed to pay maybe like $40, and we was gonna get like some type of free room for a day or two, and that was supposed to go with the package, but we spent money we didn't have on that, and I guess she felt bad because she kind of worded that wrong and kind of confused us, and we didn't get that. So we was running low on money. We have a truck that's hot. You know, it's now all day we've been trying to get stuff situated, and nothing worked out for us, guys. Like, nobody wanted to sell candy apples. Like, I walked up to the residents of Dallas, and it's so hot in Texas. You know, they just looking at candy apples. They don't even know what that is.
They didn't know what candy apples was. I just remember seeing, like, the visual, looking back at it. I remember looking back in the back seat with the boys, and they were in their car seat, and we had a box because Roman had made like a lot of candy apples that morning, like different colors and all of that.
Enough to make a couple $100.
Yeah. So it's so hot, y'all, because once again, it's super hot in Texas. It was hot to the point where the stuff started melting, and of course, if you hadn't had a candy apple, it melts when it's hot. Yeah. So it was melting.
And when it gets like that, it's not good.
It's not good. It sticks to your teeth and all that. So it was melting. We was going up. I remember getting the boys out of the truck and pushing them around to different grocery stores, and we was trying to pitch them on the candy apples, and they were like, no, we don't even know what candy apples are. Yeah. Like, it was just crazy because we was literally at this point trying to make money to eat.
Yeah, because that truck was guzzling gas, and you know, food, it's just everything was hitting us with cost. So I didn't really, we was low. I think I had about maybe $10 or $20 left or something like that. And I was heavily invested in, guys, because in Jackson, I was accustomed to making more money as soon as I make candy apples. I just go print money, feel like, but that wasn't the case. So I remember all day having an overwhelmed day that next day, and we were sitting at a gas station, and all the stuff was in the car, and you know, I just started crying. I was just like, this don't make sense. Like, I don't know what to do. You know, we just stuck. And like we was just conned into this whole idea that we're gonna have somewhere to sleep with the hotel and all that, because now I'm just ready to get my kids out the car, so I can get situated, think, make moves. But none of that happened. So what happened is, right when we was dealing with that, Jack called me and he was saying, hey, you know, what you want me to do with this stuff that's in the storage? He said on the back of the truck. He said, if you like, I can put it in the storage. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. You know, we kind of having a tough thing right now. It's not working out for us as we thought. So we trying to get situated. So they was like, just come here where we at. You know,
literally begged us to come because at this point we was getting ready to try to figure it out. I was about to call my family and see if they can send something because we was literally at this point, we didn't know what we was gonna do. We was just like, oh my God, because we was in. I don't know where we was because we was.
It's a random place in Dallas.
Yeah, we were in Dallas because I remember you punting your laptop.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I pawned my laptop in
was that the next day?
No, that was that
same
day. That was that day. Because cost, oh my God. Like when I say guys, cost was so different from Mississippi. Everything cost money. Like when we parked at the park downtown, I think I had to pay. Yep. You know, the kids was super thirsty. The drinks was overpriced. Like everything cost so much money.
Gatorade being $3 downtown Dallas, and we literally, I think at that point we probably had $10. So we was like, man, should we try to squeeze this out or whatever? What we need to do? But at the time, we was like, I think you saw the pawn shop, and we was like,
right. It was a pawn shop in Dallas, and when I did pawn something before in Jackson, they gave us 30 days. This pawn shop gave us 60 days, and I think they gave us like close to $100. But it helped us for that time. But
yeah, it gave you $100. Yeah, because we at that time when he said he got $100. I was like, okay, whew, okay. I had a little bit, slightly relief, a little bit, because I'm like, okay, now pull-ups are getting low because we have 2 babies. Now we need food. Like it was just little small necessities. I'm just like, oh my God, we was like pressure with time. Everything.
And then the truck keeps breaking down in the middle of all that.
Oh my God, because we was buying the because before we started putting water in there, we was buying the AC stuff.
Oh yeah, the coolant.
The coolant stuff. We was buying that. And we was pouring in there because it was like, okay, it's running hot. We was Googling, trying to find different ways to like literally fix with the problem because it was smoking. And like I said, for one, we didn't want to reach out because we knew that this is something that we really wanted to do because at this time, y'all, it was crucial. We had our kids on our back. It was crazy, but we was just like, we not stopping. We gotta figure this out. We gotta keep going. Something has to happen. So when Jack called and reached out to us, we decided to just take the offer. We was like, okay, you know, let's try to figure something out here. Because like I said, we had small little different hustles in Jackson that we could just do. Gas, you could put $5 in your tank in Jackson and you could be all over the place. But in Texas, no. Highways, if anybody visited Texas and know anywhere in Texas, I don't care which area, it is crazy because traffic is different. The highways are different. Like you can't, $5 cannot get you nowhere. So it was just like, at that moment, we were just like, what in the world? Like, what the hell? So we took the offer. We ended up driving there. We had to drive from Dallas to Fort Worth.
It took about 30 minutes. So we ended up getting there, guys. And when we got there and actually sat down, because they have a small, tiny 1-bedroom apartment. So keep in mind, it's me, Brittany, Brylan was our 2 twins. And then that couple, Jack and Jill. So that's 6 people in a small 1-bedroom apartment. When we had to sleep on the floor on the pallet. I remember when it was time to go to sleep, I just hugged I want to say it was Rylan, baby A, the oldest twin. Yeah. I remember squeezing him tight because all I can think of is when we was downtown and it was super hot and we was in the middle of that park looking up at the buildings. It was really hot and we didn't know what we was going to do. And my babies, like they was so hot and thirsty and hungry.
Hot, thirsty and all of that. But at the same time, they was so excited. They didn't know what was going on, but they was just so excited. Long as they was with mama and dad, they didn't care about what was going on because they didn't understand. But they didn't know what we was going through. We was trying to figure it out and really get to where we needed to be at. And so, we ended up doing the Jack and Jill thing for a little while. And let's just say it did not work out.
Yeah.
It did not work out.
So at this time, guys, like since we did, get to this point, we did have some sense of comfort. Like we went from moving on faith to dealing with all the stuff with the truck, and me trying to make more money. I spent money and we think we're going to be at a hotel. Just everything didn't work out. And we got to Fort Worth and I hugged my baby tight and we was calm. Yeah. So the next day was time for us to start the whole new journey. What we're going to probably do is just break this up in parts. And this will be part 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to put up part 2. So go ahead and go to part 2 and we'll see you guys on the next video. And I didn't want to make like an hour-long video. So we'll just do a little, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And we'll let you know what happened after that, guys. just know that we still didn't get situated yet. Like,
yeah, we
it's
still
a
in the
lot
middle
of juicy stuff we got to
It's
tell
a
you.
lot of juicy stuff. So if you would like to, please subscribe, like, and comment. And yeah, see you in video 2.
My lawful wedded wife, you was the one, you saved my life. Knew it was right from first sight, that's on my life. We was lovers and friends, many friendships they end. You give me comfort to win, some credit you comfort to spend. I remember when we used to skip school just to think about it. Grown shit, they couldn't do anything about it. Making faces, getting wasted, got all day girl, so we pace it. You ain't never been the type to tolerate the fake shit.